The silence struck Caleb like a physical force. Not the soft, expectant quiet of Maple Hollow settling into sleep, but something denser, almost liquid, pressing inward against his skull until every heartbeat echoed loud in his ears. The gas station's flickering neon clock burned 2:43 a.m. into his retinas. He blinked hard, the red digits smearing like blood on glass. Wait 2 freezing hours for the first Greyhound, or walk the 3 miles home through streets that suddenly felt too wide, too empty? He chose to walk. Maple Hollow had always sold itself on safety. Keys left in truck ignitions, bikes abandoned on front lawns until curfew, Friday night football stadiums packed tighter than Sunday pews. Bad things happened somewhere else, never here. Locals recited it like scripture, half belief, half ward. That evening, he'd lingered with Evan, Marcus, and Lewis under the rusted freight platform of Hawthorne Bridge, wringing the final dregs of summer freedom before senior years swallowed them. They climbed the maintenance ladder, sat with legs swinging over black water, passing flat soda and stale chips. The river moved slow and oily, catching sodium lamps in fractured orange streaks. Evan, voice always too big, leaned far over the rail. "Smells like something died down there tonight. Probably that drainage ditch again. Runoff, dead carp, the usual rot." Marcus snorted. "Or old man Hawthorne's ghost. Flood of '98 dragged him under, never spat him back out." Lewis flicked a chip crumb into the void. "Sewer gas, morons, that's all." Caleb stayed quiet. He selected a smooth stone, flicked his wrist. It skipped once, twice, then sank with a muttered plop. The echo came back wrong, hollow, stretched, almost amused, as though something below had swallowed it and spat mockery in return. No one else registered it. Selfies flashed, laughter bounced too loud off concrete. By 2:15 they scattered, Evan east to the subdivisions, Marcus and Lewis piling into a brother's pickup. Caleb turned west alone, past the bridge, down Ashford Street, beside the long open drainage channel that fed the river like an open vein. He'd walked this route hundreds of times in daylight, never after midnight, never with only his shadow for company. August air had turned cold, unnatural, prickling skin beneath his hoodie. Streetlights marched single file along the north curb. The south side dropped away into steep shadow sloping toward the channel. By day, it was merely ugly infrastructure. Tonight, the concrete looked split open, raw, never meant to heal. He kept to the yellow center line. No cars, no breeze, just the steady electric hum overhead like distant insects. 10 minutes in, the old instinct woke. You are not alone. He refused to turn, blamed late-night Reddit threads, overactive nerves, kept moving, shoulders rigid. Then it came, a faint scrape, metal kissing asphalt behind him. He froze. Silence answered. He turned, slow. Empty pavement, pools of light bleeding into black. Nothing. "Get a grip," he muttered, forcing breath. 3 steps, 4. Scrape, shuffle, tap. Off rhythm, not pursuing, mimicking. He quickened. It quickened. Then breathing, wet, ragged, too intimate for wind. Mouth dry as chalk, he halted. The breathing lingered half a second past his own silence. He spun. Nothing. But 30 feet back, the manhole cover sat askew, iron disc tilted beside a perfect black mouth. Darkness drank the streetlight whole. A slow, deliberate grind rose from below, heavy weight dragged across distant concrete.
A cough twisted upward, stretched into laughter, thin, wet, echoing from pipes that shouldn't carry sound this far. Caleb ran, blind panic, lungs burning, shoes pounding. Behind him, the cover grated back into place with a final tombstone clang. The laughter pursued, now directly under the asphalt, climbing. He didn't look, didn't stop, until he burst through his own front door, bolts slamming home. He told no one, not parents, not friends. Sleep became a ghost he hunted, avoidance his only shield. But guilt is patient, it waits in the marrow. 3 days later, daylight gave him courage. He returned to Ashford. Manhole sealed, pristine, no marks at first glance. He knelt anyway. Faint circular gouges scarred the edge. On his sneakers, sour wet concrete stink laced with rot. Scrubbing didn't erase it. Nights turned ritual. Every 2:43 a.m. he snapped awake, heart galloping, already mid-flight in dreams. Week 1, chance. Week 2, fear. Week 3, certainty. Then the house answered. Soft at first. Tap, scrape, pause, tap, beneath floorboards like settling pipes. Closer each night. Night 9, flashlight shaking, he descended to the basement. Beam swept concrete. Center of the floor, a circular access panel, 3 feet across, recessed handle, fresh bright scratches on the rim. He'd lived here his whole life, never noticed it. Tapping pulsed directly below. He retreated. One slow exhale rose from the dark. Upstairs, bedroom door locked, he sat against it till sunrise. Morning, casual. Dad, what's that panel in the basement? Frown. What panel? Together they looked. Smooth concrete. Nothing. But alone that night, Caleb saw the faint circular dust outline, visible only to him. Friends laughed off his hesitant hints. You're fried, man. Too many creepy pastas. Sounds climbed. Under floorboards, under his bed frame. Paranoia bloomed hot and feverish. Lights stayed on. Bed checked nightly. Ashford avoided forever. 1:2:43, the power died. Blackness absolute. Then, scraping, right beneath his mattress. Concrete groaned, iron slid. Mattress dipped, slow, deliberate weight settling inches away. Cold breath grazed his ear. Voice, hoarse, long buried, whispered, You always walked away too loud, Caleb, just like you walked away from Emily that night. Ice-flooded veins. Emily. 8 years old, hide and seek behind the old house near the drainage ditch. He was 12, bored, irritated by her predictable spots. Counted to 50, shouted, Ready or not, and bolted inside to cartoons, smirking that she'd cry soon enough. She never appeared. Days of search, police, river divers, nothing. Accident, verdict, swept into the storm drain by rain, body lost. He'd entombed the guilt, convinced himself, not my fault. Yet every childhood walk past that ditch brought the sensation of being watched. Now the watcher had words. Lights flared back, bed empty, but the depression stayed, human outline. Floor, perfect circular dust ring. Weeks dissolved, sleep came in stolen minutes, grades cratered, friends faded, parents pushed therapy. He refused. 3 months later he fled. New city, bare apartment, clean slate. They never mentioned the sounds again. House sold lightning fast. Too fast. Distance, he told himself, would bury it. New streets, new noise, but the clock still hunted him. 2:43 a.m. Silence first, thick, suffocating. Then, if he held perfectly still, a faint metallic tap, not under the floor, inside his chest, knuckles on bone, patient, waiting, not for solitude on dark streets, for the moment he stopped running, because whatever crouched under Hawthorne Bridge never crossed state lines. It had lived inside him since that summer afternoon, feeding, knocking, remembering. Some shadows don't hide under pavement. They coil in the choices we refuse to face, and they never, ever forget the steps we took away.